Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Virtual Tacos Mode here for another Monday Talking Points. We are into the month of June, so that's exciting. It's really starting to feel like it's officially summer, so we are here to bring you your 3 categories of questions as usual. We are going to have our fun, thought-provoking conversations. We are going to have our Would You Rather questions, and then also, again, we are going to have our summertime conversations. So, without further ado, let us get right into the fun, thought-provoking conversations. And the first question is, what is a hidden talent you have? So for me, when I think about this question, it's kind of hard to think of like a physical hidden talent I have. I don't really have any unknown abilities towards to what people know other than just me being me. But one thing I would consider, I guess, a hidden talent is I do know a lot of history and trivia about the Green Bay Packers. So as many of you know, I'm a huge Packers fan, and I grew up with a grandpa who had taped a lot of Packer games back in the 90s and from their Super Bowl years that they had in the 90s. And so I was the kid who was in his bedroom watching the old VHS tapes. I had a TV that had a VHS machine right inside the TV, so I'd throw the VHS tapes in and watch old Packer games, and I could spout off stats and people from all those teams way back when. And since then, my fandom is really I've been able to maintain it throughout my life, and so I know a lot about the Packers pretty much from all that time going forward. So yeah, I do know a lot about the Packers, is I guess what my hidden talent would be. If you ever have anything that you want to know or want to quiz me about, I can guarantee I will succeed. So yeah, that would be what I would say for my hidden talents. All right, getting right into the next question, we have, do you believe in ghosts? It's kind of a spooky one, yeah. So for me, as when I was growing up, and I guess still it is true today, I enjoy the ghost hunter shows and all the paranormal shows, and it's fun to see when they get the evidence of the ghosts, and it's really cool, and it's like, oh, this is all real, and it's what I get excited about. It's a fun thing, and I guess I never really considered that for my own personal experience that ghosts would be real, because I have never really experienced anything until one time I did experience a bit of a paranormal activity thing. If you want to find out, I'll tell you more at a different point, but I'm not going to do it on this fun, thought-provoking conversation. But to simply answer the question, I think in my life, I would say that I do believe in ghosts. So yeah, if you wanna know more about that, just hit me up and I'll tell you a fun ghost story. So yeah, those are your fun, thought-provoking questions today. So now we are going to get right into our Would You Rather questions, and we have 2 questions for you, as always. The first question is, would you rather watch the sun rise or watch the sun set? So when answering this question, I think there's a lot of variables that might come into play. And I'll tell you my answer right now. It is, I'd rather watch the sunset. So my reason behind this is because if you think about the days that you have watched the sunset, it's usually because you've had a really well planned out great day that you had, and then you're going to end the day with watching the sunset. So it's almost like the perfect way to finish up a perfect day. So I think I enjoy when I watch the sunset because I know it was a good day and I had a great day, and now I'm ending it by watching the day come to an end, and I get to have that piece that fills in the final spot of the day. So I would say sunset, and I would also say sunset because I've seen a few sunrises in my life, but I think it's hard to get to a sunrise because it sometimes is so early. And I've over the course of quarantine, I've tried to plan out going to see the sunrise sometimes. And when I look at the time that the sun is rising and the time that I have to be ready, I say, man, that's really early, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. And I try, and I set the alarms to get up and go and see if it'll work, and I always get to that alarm and I'm like, you know what, today's not the day. Today is not the day for getting up early. So I think for that reason, I would be a sunset person in this case. So I would say sunset. All right, the next question is a fun one. It is, would you rather be able to communicate with dogs or cats? So for me, my family has a cat. He would be a fun animal to communicate with. However, I think it would be way more fun to communicate with dogs, because when you compare dogs and cats, I think that dogs really have more to talk about. There's a lot more going on in their head. They're always kind of out and about and doing, dog things, and there's a lot more going on. Whereas cats, sometimes they sit, they do certain things, and a lot of times they just kind of look at you, and it's like they don't really have any much things to, I would like to know what a cat is thinking in that time, but I still think it would be a lot more fun to communicate with a dog, because they'd have a lot more going on, a lot more to talk about. So that's why, for that reason, I would go with dogs. And that closes our Would You Rather questions for this week. So now we are on to our summertime conversation questions. And they're two fun ones to think about as we start our summertime season coming up here. So the first one is, what is your favorite summertime food? And we all have different ways of eating during the summer compared to other times of the years. We grill out, we go to ice cream stores, we go and we have all these fruit and vegetables that are right in season. So I think that there's a lot of different variety that you can have in food in the summer, and I think it's a fun question. And for me, my favorite summertime food is what is called a pudgy pie. This is something that we would make at camp all of the time. For meals. And a pudgy pie, for those of you who do not know, because I'm sure there are some people who do not know what a pudgy pie is, it is basically like a bread. You use 2 pieces of bread to fill something in, so you can make them dessert-wise, or my favorite ones are the pizza pudgy pies, where and they have these certain pudgy pie irons where they have 2 sides where you sandwich pieces of bread in, and then you put like pizza sauce, cheese, and any kind of other toppings that you want on your pizza, and then you stick that in the fire and you let it get hot, and you switch it over when it's done on one side or the other, and you take it out. It's like a pizza pie. It's awesome. And you can make dessert ones too, where you fill it with chocolate, or you fill it with like pie fillings and things like that, and it's just a really fun summertime food, and that's why I like it, and that is why it's my favorite summertime food. I really like pudgy pies. So yeah, my favorite summertime food is pudgy pie. The next and final question for today is the last summertime conversation question, and it is, what is your favorite summertime smell? And like food in the summer, we also experience a lot of different smells in the summer. We don't experience the same smells in winter. We don't, think about in summer, we have sunscreen smell, we have bug spray smell, we have fresh cut grass to smell. And my favorite smell, I think, kind of coincides with my favorite summertime food, and that is the smell of campfire. I love the smell of campfire, and walking away from a campfire and then smelling your clothes, and you just know that after walking, when you smell a campfire, it's like that. It's the same factor as the sunset. You've had a good day when you end it with a campfire, and then you smell like campfire. Sometimes it does linger, but you know what? I always associate that smell with, it's finally good weather, and you enjoy yourself, and you get to spend the night by a campfire, and campfires are always really fun. So my favorite summertime smell would definitely be campfire. So yeah, those are your questions for today. Those are your talking points for this Monday. I hope you enjoy talking about your hidden talents, and whether or not you believe in ghosts, or the would you rathers, and talking with a dog, and getting to get comfortable with your awesome summertime that is hopefully upon you or coming up in the next couple of weeks. So thank you guys for tuning in this week for our Monday Talking Points. I hope you enjoy these questions. Please feel free, as always, to shoot your answers back at me or comment on my fun answers. I would also like to say a huge thank you to all who helped with getting food items for Hephatha this month. As we were collecting items that they have for families in need. It was a huge success. We were able to help them feed their families for the month of June. So thank you for all of those people who have helped. We ended that collection on Sunday, and they were able to pick it up this week. So thank you. And just one more thing to share with all of you this week. When we hit our Wednesday Bible talk, it's going to look a little different this week. We are going to be having a conversation with one of our own tacos. So look out for that come Wednesday, and as always, we'll be back with you on Friday. But yeah, it's going to be a fun week. So make sure you stay tuned to all that we have coming on up this week. And I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. So peace out.